Corinthians chapter number 2, and we'll begin to read from verse number 1. When I came to you, brothers, announcing the testimony of God to you, I did not come with brilliance of speech or wisdom. Verse number 2. For I determined not to know nothing among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. Verse 3. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. Verse 4. My speech and my proclamation were not with persuasive words of wisdom, but with a demonstration of the Spirit and what? Power. Verse 5. So that your faith might not be based on men's wisdom, but on God's power. That your faith will not be based where? On the wisdom of men, but on the power of God. On the contrary, we speak God's hidden wisdom in a mystery, which God predestined before the ages for our glory. Verse 8. None of the rulers of this age knew it, for if they had known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. Verse 9. But as it is written, what no eye has seen, no ear has heard, or what has never come into a man's heart, is what God has prepared for a maker hero. Verse 10 of it. Now, verse 10. Now God has revealed them to us by the Spirit, for the Spirit searches everything, even the deep things of God. Verse 11. For who among men knows the conscience of a man except the spirit of the man that is in him? In the same way, no one knows the conscience of God except the Spirit of God. Verse 12. Now we have not received the spirit of the world, but the Spirit who is from God, in order to know what has been freely given to us by God. Verse 13, and where we start. We also speak these things not in words taught by human wisdom, but in those taught by the Spirit, explaining spiritual things to spiritual people. But the natural man does not welcome what comes from God's Spirit, because it is foolishness to him. He is not able to know it, since it is evaluated spiritually. Verse 15. The spiritual person, however, can evaluate everything, yet he himself cannot be evaluated by anyone. I can judge all things, but nothing can judge me. For who had known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Christ. Judging spiritual things among spiritual people. For no man can understand the things of a man except the spirit of the man. The same way, no man can understand God except by the Spirit of God. No wonder they say we are foolish. To the men of the world, our ways and our activities and our operations are foolishness to them, because they cannot evaluate, neither can they design, neither can they understand the ordinances of immortality, neither can they understand the things of the Spirit. Only a spiritual man understands spiritual things. So it is a waste of time to interpret spiritual things with carnal man, because he cannot understand it. Because it is the spirit in a man that interprets for the man. So if the spirit in a man is carnal, he cannot interpret the ordinances of immortality. And it is only by the Spirit of God that you can understand your rights, your values, your privileges, your benefits, your advantages in Christ. Outside his Spirit, you know nothing. And he said, when I came to you, I didn't come with the wisdom or the enticing words of men, that your faith may not be based on the wisdoms of men. That your understanding about life will not be interpreted by the wisdoms of the world. You know, some of you say, nobody wants to help me. I am helpless. Nobody, I wish I have a helper. Nobody wants to help me. That your understanding be not based on the wisdom of this world. Because there's no one in Christ that is helpless. Everyone in Christ is a helper to the helpless. Because why? As long as Christ is in you, help is in you. But you see, so the problem I have with certain people who call themselves believers is that they do not have the Spirit of Christ in them. And because they don't have the Spirit of Christ, they are in church, they are religious people. The Bible calls them the people who are lovers of the kingdom but deny the power thereof. They are in church. They hear the things of the Spirit but they don't understand it. Their life and evaluation of life, everything about life for them is by human wisdom. Oh, you've not seen such people? I mean, don't you make that kind of statement? Huh? Ihe jimo wuna egade. Awo nam huru ego now. Mazwaya. Mahim de jake hangome. Men of the Spirit don't talk that way. Because our faith is not based on the wisdom of this world. Our faith is based on the power, the ability of Christ, the potential, the potency of Elohim. When we speak, our faith does not rely on the wisdoms of life, but on the potency of Elohim. No wonder Paul said, I can do all things through Christ. Through who? But the man of wisdom says, through my uncle, through my auntie, through my nephew, through money. The kingdom has never functioned on the grounds of money. That's why money cannot limit the advancement of the kingdom. Because why? We call forth those things that be not. We produce what we need.